What's up, guys? Welcome to Ask Kinda Funny Gamescast Anything for September 2018. I'm Tim Gettys. That's Greg Miller.
Hi.
We are in Ghostbusters outfits. Why, Greg?
Because life's perfect.
Life
this is everything I've ever fucking wanted, and it's happening right here.
This
Very
close to me
excited.
falling off the chair, but
that would have been even more perfect.
It would have been something. Let's get right into it.
Well, no, we were dressed because we went and shot the Ghostbusters World party mode today. Kevin, when's this AMA gonna go up?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay, so the Ghostbusters World party mode should be, knock on wood, next week for you guys on Wednesday in place of party mode, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, which of course means for you being Patreon people, you won't get an early access one because of the way this deal worked out.
It's
but you know what?
Sponsored.
Depending on when Andy gets it done, we might be able to put it up like on a Monday or something. Yeah.
I like that.
I'll talk to them about it.
Kevin, can you do me a favor? Can you give me some of the magnification action
Hell
on the words in front of me right now?
If you didn't know, this is your exclusive show on patreon.com/kindafunnygames where we answer your questions. Kevin, you will need to click load more comments so we see all the comments. Right now, just seeing 10 of 17. Clickety clack, motherfucker. Oh, he's going up.
Nope.
No, don't delete the comment.
Up a little bit.
Up, Kevin, stop.
There we go.
There we go. Now we got it all.
Ron Barron. Number one says, what's a movie from the past few years you'd wish you could have seen an old school game tie-in for?
Did we cover like how you get your question on this? No, I didn't get that part.
Remember, question in this?
Yeah, exclusive Patreon show. For $1, you are a Patreon subscriber. You get this show. It doesn't go anywhere else. It's like Greg's Comic Book Club over on patreon.com/kindafunny. However, if you want your question asked, $15 level, which of course sounds steep to get a question asked, but remember, it gets you early access to the Gamescast. It gets you the live shows. It gets you the pre and post show on demand, and it gets you the ability to ask your question. I apologize. I hope you're not mad at me.
No,
Dr.
I'm happy you did that. Ron
we just
Barron
wear
says,
suits all the time?
What's a movie from the past few years you wish you could have seen an old school game tie-in for?
No, dude, movie game tie-ins suck.
Yeah, but I really like Charlie's Angels Full Throttle on the GameCube.
Really?
No, it was really bad.
I was gonna say,
but I did rent it and beat it.
I know, and I'm not saying everyone is. Don't throw Spider-Man 2 in my face and stuff like that. But the majority of video game tie-ins are bad, and I'm glad that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need that mid-tier bullshit. Granted, they're all right for kids or whatever. All right for kids, which you can't get away with anymore in the games industry.
Toy Story was great.
I can't argue that. I don't know much about
Toy Story on the
Toy Story on
SNES?
PS2?
Again, I'm not saying.
Toy Story 2 on
Sunsoft Batman on
PS2,
Genesis was great too.
PS1,
Yeah.
you're totally right.
You're crazy, Kevin. You're crazy. Kale Michael says, if you could have any franchise...
Well, are you with me then? Just not do it at all?
Good call. Fast and Furious would be my
That's the thing. Is like you go to like a dumb action movie, maybe.
Because it's like, then it then becomes dumb fun.
But didn't they do that?
Did you know, Greg? Did you fucking know that there was Cruising USA?
Cruising.
Then there was Cruising the World.
Cruising the world.
Then there was...
Cruising Space.
Cruising Exotica, where they did go to space.
Yeah.
But then the company that made that game bounced out. Like, it was Midway back then, but like Midway, they had some issues. Whoever the developers that created the Cruising series split off, made arcade games. They're the ones that made the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift game that you always see in arcade games, in arcades. And it's a cruising game, but with Fast and Furious.
Okay.
What more could you ask for?
Not much, man.
Cruising Blast? For them to release a arcade-only cruising game in the last 3 years? Because they did that too. You can find it in arcades now.
Someone did a movie tie-in game, The Mummy. Terrible fucking movie, but remember they put out
Demastered.
Huh? Yeah, Demastered. Yeah, they put out like a 16-bit in quotes version of it that everybody loved.
Yeah.
So that was fine. If you want to do something like that, so yeah, take dumb action
But that's
movies.
not an old school game tie-in.
Take the next Rock. Well, what does he mean then?
I think he's specifically asking for a shitty game.
Where did that come from?
Off my belt, of course. I'm a Ghostbuster. I want to do this and line it up with
Hail Michael, what's up, Kevin?
Wasn't Riddick like a good game that came out for like
Correct.
Xbox
But
360?
Yes, there are good games. I don't think that's what he's asking. If he's asking for, yes, there was Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
There you
One of
go.
the best.
Well, he
that was more
of all
tied into
time.
the game, the comic than it was even the movie.
I heard it both ways.
No, it was more tied to the movie.
The art was all. It didn't look like
The
Michael
art-
Cera.
Yeah, it
It
didn't.
didn't look like Michael Cera.
But
Why
it
would
followed
they
the
steal
plot
it?
of the movie more than it did the comics. My fucking point.
Anyways,
rests.
old school game tie-ins
He's
are
never read
stupid
the
and need to
comics,
die. Don't bring them back.
Kale Michael said, if you could have any franchise on another console, what would it be? Example, Banjo on Switch or the new Spider-Man on Xbox.
Super Mario on PlayStation. Get some trophies.
That'd be interesting.
Right.
That would be really interesting.
Wahoo.
Just like a Nintendo game on
That's the bigger,
that
yeah,
level
right.
of
Yeah.
Smash Bros, baby. Let's go. Smash Bros PS4.
And then you finally get to bring in Nathan Drake and Toro and Isaac Clarke from Dead Space
Toro,
and Sweet Tooth.
everyone's favorites. Kind of a franchise. I mean, I feel like a Halo on PS4 would get me going.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
It's just because it'd be cool to not to have it, be
Yeah.
that way, right?
Sebastian Marin Fun name. Says this is more a suggestion than a question. Have you guys thought about including multiplayer gaming with the KF crew as part of the Patreon tiers? I know you guys have a hella busy schedule, but I imagine this would be something people would be interested in. P.S. Can you give a shout out to my friend Jay? He recently went to the U.S. to go to school full time and can no longer play PS4. May Shuhei give him strength in these dark times. Shout out to Jay.
What up, Jay?
Good
How you
luck
doing?
with everything.
Yeah, and can we do multiplayer gaming with the Kind of Funny crew as one of the Patreon tiers? The short answer, no. As you may have picked up on, many of us don't like multiplayer gaming. There's rare exceptions of where we jump into it. Friday the 13th, Kevin and I with Monster Hunter World for a while. Fortnite, yeah, 100%. But whole lot of game shit, of course. Cool Greg's rock. It's fucking rock play.
You can play with Cool Greg.
One of our things, of course, on Twitch when you're a sub there is that when we very clearly when we play games with our multiplayer games, you can play with subs. But we just do it so regularly, and yes, the schedule is so crazy. I don't know when you can fit that in.
Yeah.
But we love you and hear you, and would love to do something like that. And maybe as we get bigger and you find more people
That is a good idea.
who come in,
especially
who want to be a part of
after
it.
December 7th, for whatever reason.
Smash!
Steven Gibson, which by the way, dude, month and a half away.
We're a week away from Ghostbusters World. I don't give a shit about anything. You know
that
what I
is
mean?
true.
We're a
Steven
week away
Gibson
from
says
Red Dead
Nathan
Redemption
Drake
2.
or Lara Croft. Nathan Drake.
Yeah, Nathan Drake.
Easy answer.
I think
me.
the character is better. No offense to Lara. You know what I mean?
I like comedy.
I think Lara. I think in the new Tomb Raiders, Lara's finding her own, but she's still. I think it's a good performance. I don't know if it's necessarily a great character.
Yeah,
like I mean, taking away everything else that happened in terms of female empowerment and having a female protagonist. That's all awesome. But I mean, also Nathan's never been in a bad game of his own, of an Uncharted branding.
It's true.
Yeah.
Has he been in a bad game otherwise?
I know you hate PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I know you're a monster.
It's just not a
I know
good
you're
game.
a fucking asshole.
It's just not a good game.
Hey, guys, for the last thing, Sunset Overdrive, I want it on PS4.
Really?
Yeah, I never got to play it, and it always looked like it was really fun.
You have an Xbox One home now, don't you?
Sure. Didn't
There you
think
go.
about it. Didn't think about it.
I don't understand what that barrier to entry is on that one.
I played more PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale than most people in this world, Greg.
Okay.
Just letting you know that.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that you're a hating-ass hater with bad taste in
That's true.
movies and games.
That is all true. Demetrius Newell, my dude, says, what's good, boys? Since I consider you boys as some of my biggest idols in gaming, I'm sorry about that. I'm curious to know who you guys think are idols of your own. If you don't have any idols, what about your mentors? And are those people in gaming or in different profession? I love you guys. Thanks. Let's see. Gaming, idols, and mentors.
I mean, for
Bernie
me,
Burns is my easy answer.
Sure,
I really
that's
feel
a
like
great
that's it for me.
yeah, it's the EGM crew. Dan Shu at the top of the list, obviously. Shu was a huge inspiration to me and somebody who I'd flip out the 2 times he answered my emails as a kid, and, hitting him up when he was at EGM. But you could put, Crispin Boyer on there.
Have you ever met him?
Jen. Dan?
Crispin?
Oh, no, I never met Crispin. No. I freaked out once because Mary Jane Irwin, who used to work at IGN, was gone before my time, but I hung out with her because she was still in the group or whatever. She lived next door to him, and she dropped that in conversation once, and it was like, I'd been here like 3 months, and I flipped the fuck out. Yeah, because I, flipped out when I met Dan Shu and made an ass out of myself.
Yeah.
But like, meeting them for sure in terms of the games press side, in terms of mentors for what we do now and stuff, like I mean Jeremy Dunham, obviously, Chris Roper, all the guys that came on, Hillary, my original IGN crew there. They were the old guys when I got there.
Peyton Stone says, hey, KF Games crew.
Hey.
This will be a spoiler-filled question/answer. What are some of your favorite twists you didn't see coming in gaming? Video game stories are always compared negatively against TV and movies. I want to hear some great story beats from the Dream Team. Favorite twist you didn't see coming? I didn't see Devil May Cry 2 being a bad game. I don't know if that was my favorite twist, but it was definitely a twist.
What a tough question. We should look ahead on some of these sometimes, huh?
Yeah. I like it being Spur though.
I do too, but then I feel like I missed the obvious that I would have gotten
this is such a shitty answer because this is something that I should have prepped more for. But it's something I should have prepped more for in the last decades of my life, and hopefully one day I'll be able to change this. But there was a moment in Onimusha 3 that happens that I remember being the coolest thing that I didn't ever expect happening.
Tell me about it. What was it?
I don't remember.
Jesus.
And that's the problem is for years I've dreamt of this moment, trying to remember what it is. And it's so damn hard to replay Onimusha 3 because of stupid licensing and all that shit.
Yeah.
That like my PS2 disc or my PS2 laser is like broken and it won't read Onimusha 3 because it came out too late.
Yeah.
There was that whole issue, Greg. I don't know if
I
you
remember that. I remember that.
So I've looked at YouTube. I've tried to like skim through. Like this is a real thing that I've been trying to find this moment and I can't fucking find it. So maybe one day it'll be re-released. I can't wait for Onimusha 1 coming out January.
Story twists that caught me off guard and that I love and all that stuff, huh? I mean, Gone Home going from a horror game to being about a girl coming out, that was awesome. That's something I would say. Metal Gear, obviously. I think me and Poe playing that and actually caring about Sniper Wolf and having her death matter. Obviously the reveal that, Liquid and Solid are like brothers, and there's a third one too, and me and Poe be like, what the fuck is going on in this game?
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get home and be like, we're talking about Uncharted, obviously, Young Drake segment. That was unexpected. I remember when that happened, you're like, what the fuck? This is awesome. Obviously, I think Metal Gear Solid 2.
For me, Metal Gear Solid 4. It's so.
Oh, we're going back to Shadow Moses.
That was just amazing to me. But also, it's not so much twists, but I feel like that game answering all the questions, even ones that we didn't need answered. And I understand that a lot of people don't like the game for that. Yeah. I fucking love it. It's fan service at its best, I think, where it's just like, fuck it, nanomachines and everything. Let's just go for this shit.
Yeah. I feel like I'm drawing blanks, but
yeah. Moving on. Billy Laporta says, hey, you got me with the Spider-Man cover, and I don't have much to ask, so I guess I'll just ask, how's it going?
Hey, thanks, Billy. Thanks for picking up the shirtless Spider-Man cover. It's going well. This Ghostbusters shit was a lot of fun.
It was.
It was stressful.
Them ghosts.
Kevin, how did you feel? This morning you were very hesitant and worried about it.
I am extremely exhausted, and I have a whole bunch of setup to break down and stuff. So.
Okay, but how did the shoot go?
Oh, it went well.
Look at us.
Was that not your concern, I guess, early on?
No, I was just like, it's going to be a tough day because of that.
Sure. But, it's been a long day for sure.
Sure.
Dylan Henning writes in and says, hey guys, these days it's not hard to find comics that tie into a movie or a book that serves as a sequel or prequel to a game or TV show. So my question is, what video game or game franchise would you want to see in another medium, and what medium would it be?
What video game or game franchise would you want to see in another medium, and what medium would it be? Oh, fuck.
More Harry Potter games.
It's just, well, that's happening. But he wants it the other way.
The other way.
He wants games going into other mediums. And it's done...
as a sequel or prequel.
All that shit's done so... There's successes. I'm not trying to knock it. Obviously, you can look at Injustice, the comic. People love. I never heard anyone talk about the Batman Telltale comic. I have them all, but I never read them, and nobody's told me I need to.
People love the Halo novels a lot.
Okay.
Didn't you used to read those?
Right now, it's cool seeing Insomniac Spider-Man, like Spider-Geddon, and pop up in the back of
that is cool.
Into the Spider-Verse. But I don't... Games are such a unique thing, and I understand everybody wants a world and a universe, and they want to market it every 6 ways from Sunday, but... I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess... If, no, because the games solve stuff and answer the questions. I love Infamous. Do I need an Infamous comic book series that fills in the gaps between 1 and 2? No. It'd be cool to see more Cole, but it's not going to be the same. It's the same way as a huge Ghostbusters fan. I don't read the IDW Ghostbusters books. Not because I think they're shit or anything. It's just like, I'm not really hankering for a monthly Ghostbuster comic book. And so sit here and be like, what would work the other way? It's hard to do.
Have you tried the IDW?
I read the crossovers with the Ninja Turtles and stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying they're
bad. Are always like
I'm not saying they're bad. It's just like, I don't know.
Because IDW Transformers is like the best
IDW
ever.
Ninja Turtles is good.
Yeah. IDW Turtles is great.
Didn't they do IDW Power Rangers as well? I guess I never read the crossovers.
That's Boom Studios, and that's really fucking good too. Dude, seriously
maybe I should try those.
Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and Power Rangers, the comics are the best incarnation those series have ever had across any medium. You should check them out.
No, that doesn't work. I was gonna say Smallville, but that doesn't work. You're talking about a game.
A cop-out answer to this, because it's like I'm just adding a bunch of shit, but I would love a Kingdom Hearts movie that takes all the Kingdom Hearts stuff and boils it down to just what's good about Kingdom Hearts and release that. Okay. Just a movie.
Okay.
So it's kind of a reboot, but a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd really enjoy that. BJ Bubgardner says, will Spider-Man sell better than God of War? Yes.
Yeah, didn't know already, or do we not know that?
I don't know.
I thought the first taste of sales they'd put out, you're like, I think maybe I'm thinking of Uncharted.
Wasn't that just like weekend to weekend?
Okay, fair.
I think it was. I don't think we have like updates.
Yes, Spider-Man will sell better than God of War.
Yes.
Correct?
Definitely will. Will Red Dead 2 sell more than Call of Duty?
Eventually.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's going to keep going.
Because of that, yes.
Yeah. And that's a simple answer, yeah.
Will Smash outsell them all?
No.
Here's the issue. Those games are on
multiple platforms,
multiple consoles. When you're talking about
well, not Spider-Man, but Red Dead and Call of Duty.
Smash will sell more than Spider-Man and God of War.
Also, how many Switches out there in the wild are there now? Do we
20.
know? 20 million?
There will be 20 mil.
By the end of the year, right? But by the end of their fiscal year.
By March,
you
there
were
will
right.
be 20 mil.
USA Today reports that Sony sold 3.3 million copies of Spider-Man within the first 3 days of release. That edges out the prior record of 3.1 million in the first 3 days set by God of War.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you assume for sure that's been a consistent trend because Spider-Man is still being talked about as if it came out yesterday.
I feel like Smash is going to break some records on how many copies are sold versus how many Switches are out there. But I don't think it comes close to any I don't have any idea how many God of War total were sold.
Smash is going to sell more than God of War.
Okay.
Easy.
Like what did it do on Wii? I forgot. Or Wii U. Sorry, we were talking about how bad.
Wii U was like 4 million.
Yeah. So
and there was only 13 million Wii U's out there. Yeah. You add on the 3DS, and I think it sold 11 million.
Wow.
And then when you start doing the math on Smash, every Smash game just does more and more than the other one. Okay. I imagine this one's totally going to sell 25 easy lifetime. Yeah. And I don't know if Spider-Man or God of War are going to do that.
And then how many copies has Grand Theft Auto sold? 5?
Something ridiculous. Yeah. But even when you look at, I know it's PS3, so even with PS4, it's like their highest selling exclusives only get up into the 10 million.
Yeah.
Only get up.
Yeah.
In regards to Red Dead 2, after listening to a lot of Red Dead Radio, it appears it's going to be a much more complex game than GTA 5, particularly in the options of how you interact with NPCs. It seems like the game is more of an RPG than an action-adventure game, or whatever you want to call GTA 5. So is the game going to be more like GTA 5 or Fallout 4?
It's going to be more like Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
But it'll be less in your face of a video game, if that makes sense. Assassin's Creed Odyssey I love and I'm having a great time with, but when I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, this is a game. I see the game mechanics here. I see what I'm doing, and I don't think Red Dead. So I guess that falls into the category. It'd be more like Fallout, but I don't think that's even a fair comparison either. But it's going to be more like a third-person RPG, but I think, and this is just based on what I think and what I've read and what I've talked about, I haven't played it, I think it's going to be hide its seams better than other people have.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
How much are you going to play that game?
I don't think much.
Okay.
I want to give it a shot. We'll see, because it might grab me. You know what I mean? I've been wrong before about things.
The Grabbler grabs a lot of things.
Katie Gallagher writes in and says, I just caught up on your Smash Bros. Predictions Gamescast. Brilliant, by the way. Thank you very much.
Sorry I wasn't on that one.
And I was wondering whether you thought Eevee might be playable. With Let's Go coming, I feel like it's an obvious choice, but I haven't seen anyone else mention it. Personally, I'd love to see Eevee with some sort of option to switch between evolutions, maybe like Pokemon Trainer, but is this at all likely? Failing that, what about Jolteon as a Pikachu Echo? I don't think that's going to happen for a couple reasons. One, I think that the choice to go with Eevee as a mascot happened after this game got locked in. So I think that the timing wouldn't work. Maybe as DLC at some point. But even then, I don't think Eevee would be the go-to choice. And the evolutions thing, I don't see him doing that specifically because the Eevee in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee can't evolve. So that would be a weird choice for them. And also, I feel like there's been a decision to move away from the kind of characters that can switch between characters in Smash. Like you saw them split Sheik and Zelda. Pokemon Trainer going back to being a Switch thing is interesting. I don't know why they did that. I much would have preferred them bring back Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard as separate characters. But we'll see. And Jolteon as a Pikachu Echo, I don't think Jolteon has that kind of juice. Chauncey writes in, says, in response to last month, I'll sure admit I was wrong. I realized that using protagonist was the wrong word when hearing my question read out loud regarding female lead character. After hearing your response, I realized it's my background of JRPGs and the terrible female leads, and I recently backed to Final Fantasy X and tried 10-2 with that opening scene and just had to shake my head. But I think I was directly thinking about that when my question came to mind, because that game just put a sour taste in my mouth. Now here's my thing, all right?
Lay it on him, give him your thing, show him your thing.
10-2.
Show him the thing.
Now, you're right. There was a lot of weird choices made there and a lot of bad decisions, and it was a different time. Not making any excuses there. That's just a fact of the matter. But I feel like Final Fantasy X-2, for the most part, treated
Lightning Returns?
No, I fucking hate you. Treated the female characters with agency and respect for their decisions.
Okay.
So, yes, they were all fucking weird pop stars out of nowhere, and it didn't make any sense.
Why not, though? Nobody cared about the fucking
Yuna was
Alvin
like,
and the
fuck it.
Chipmunks.
I don't want to be this summoner. I don't want to be this person that you all fucking expect so much of. I want to sing my little heart out. And she did that.
She did it.
What can
She
I do for
fucking
you?
did it.
Real emotion. 1,000 words. Learn about it sometime. But honestly, best battle system in Final Fantasy, so play that game.
Damn.
Chauncey also said, what's your earliest gaming memory / what game do you remember being your intro to video games? Growing up, I had a Super Nintendo, and my most vivid memory is my cousin coming over with her boyfriend and him playing Super Mario World with me. Sounds boring, but he was older than me and knew all the secrets, so what did he do? He took me through and unlocked them all. He got all the secret worlds, all the Yoshis, and every world defeated, and I remember being amazed at all the hidden secrets games could have. And after he left, I started a new file so I could do it all myself. What do you remember as your earliest gaming memory that showed you they're more than just toys, as Papa used to call them? Keep up the hard work.
Wow, that question deviated at the end.
Yeah.
So to start off, what's your earliest gaming memory? What do you remember being your intro to video games? It's obviously serendipitous that we're in our Ghostbusters outfits, but it is Ghostbusters. And I've told the story a million times. Of course, if you're a new listener, the abridged version is went to Toys R Us to get some new Ghostbusters toys with my mom. She, by fool's errand, took me down the video game aisle, had no idea what video games were, and I caught the Ghostbusters Sega Master System case out of the corner of my eye and was like, what is that? My mom was like, it's a video game. I'm like, I want that for my birthday. And doing no research, they were like, all right, we're going to Sega Master System.
Do it.
And they got me that, and that was how that all launched. And then another tired Greg Miller story of like, what's the earliest gaming memory that showed you they were more than toys? I always go back to Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. I had gone to high school. I was still playing games. I had an N64, and I was having a good time. But I remember talking to a friend distinctively from junior high at homecoming one year, and at I think freshman year. And he was like, are you still playing video games? I'm like, yeah, but I'm starting to worry I'm going to fall out of them. They seem like I'm just growing away from them, and they are all platformers. They are all kid. And I didn't say kid stuff, and I don't mean it that way, but you understand what I mean. More cartoony looking, right? Mm-hmm. And then got a PS1 to play SmackDown, and I had heard about Metal Gear. Poe and I rented it, played it, blew my mind, and I was like, this is what video games are going to become. They're going to, because we did that all in a night, just sitting there passing the controller. That opening, when Snake's swimming in underwater and the credits are popping out, it's like, what the fuck is this? This is not a video game. This is a movie we're playing.
The first memories I have playing games, my dad got a Commodore 64, which is an old ass fucking like computer system.
We got the minis while you were gone.
We did. And there was a game called Jumpman. Not related to the Jumpman we know.
No.
Quite different.
Mr. Mom.
But I love that game just because it was a video game. It was my first understanding of there's a joystick,
I do this and that happens on
things
screens.
happen.
Yeah.
And like that was so cool to me.
Yeah.
And then as an extra shout out, I want to give a shout out to Paperboy. Because on the NES.
Hell yeah, I'll take that shout out. I'll give that a shout
out. My cousin had a Nintendo, and Kevin and his family also had a Nintendo as well. And it was around the same time, but because I remember the first time I played it was at my cousin's house. And what do you got for Cool Greg?
Cool Greg, it's been a long day. The sun is setting, and I do not have my headlamp for my bicycle. Can I have a beer? Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we partying now.
Cool Greg's gonna get one too. Damn, it's the party mode thing. I don't know.
He's letting the party out.
But I remember. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, thank you for that. I remember going to my cousin's house, and she had a NES, and there was Mario 3 and Paperboy were the only two games.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Paperboy was the one I wanted to play first because I didn't know who Mario. I had no frame of reference of Mario.
Sure. But
so
you understood Paperboys.
I knew all about that Paperboy. But I remember playing Paperboy and it just being like such an amazing experience of like. Even as a young kid, I wanted to come up with backstories of all the other characters.
The mummy and the guy on fire.
Just like, why is this all happening?
Was it really just 3 levels?
Paperboy?
Who the fuck knows? Paperboy was so goddamn hard, nobody ever got there.
It was the days of the week.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But anyway,
Mike Boylan had Paperboy. He was my Nintendo contact, and I was like, this game's always looked cool, and you put it in, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's punishingly unfair.
I loved it so much. And then...
Wait, shout out to Prince Persia.
Oh, and shout out to Prince of Persia.
Like some random computer that we had.
Windows 95 something or other.
I think it was it. Yeah, he must have been.
Or it might have been pre-95. Windows some other shit.
Some old
Windows some other shit.
Kevin's mom had.
Windows 94. That's what seems familiar. I don't even know if that was Windows.
I don't know, but yeah, shout out to Prince of Persia. Speaking of Prince of Persia, I promised myself that when I was going to Japan, I was like, I'm going to go retro game shopping, but I need to limit myself to 3 games.
Sure.
Or else I'm going to go overboard. I was like, Smash Bros. 64, Yoshi's Island, and Pokemon Green, because that was only available in Japan.
Sure, of course, as you do.
So I was like, I'm going to do that, and like that's it.
Thanks, Koji.
As I'm there, thank you. I find all 3. I was super excited about it. Got them. And then I'm walking around and we're just like looking at the rest of the store.
The Super Potato?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amazing place. And then I get to the PS2 section. My first, cheers.
Cheers to a day of busting.
Boom.
Busted all over Andy's face earlier.
No.
Hold on.
Greg, I gotta apologize, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me something serious.
I gotta apologize. I didn't wear my shoulder pads today.
Elbow pads, yeah. I thought about it when I saw Tim.
Elbow pads.
Oh.
Remember when I told you specifically not to do that and you fucking did it today?
Where were they?
They're in the bags and stuff.
That's on you, man.
That's
on you.
You gotta take care of your own fucking costumes. Look at how good I've taken care of this. This is fucking 16 years old. You see, it looks great.
Looks great.
Thanks, bud.
I get to the PS2 section. And first it hits me, I'm like, oh my God. Because it's a retro exclusive store. And I'm like, fuck, PS2's retro
It's
now.
retro,
like
yeah.
fully retro. And I start looking at that. So then there's some games I'm like, I gotta buy these. So I did. And I justified it to myself. I'm like, these aren't retro in my heart. So
Yeah.
I'm just buying more games. But I got Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, like International Final Mission or whatever the
What's
fuck it's
Gia
called.
thinking of all this as you're doing this?
She was having a great time.
Okay.
Everyone was having a good time. Because I had goals, everyone kind of like...
It was quick.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, Gia was like trying to look for these things that she had no idea what the fuck they were. But like when she has tasks, she gets happy. You know what I mean?
Sure. Keep him busy.
Yeah. And so I got Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2. And as I was looking around, I saw Prince of Persia, Sands of Time.
Hell yeah.
And it had a dope ass, like anime-esque looking fucking cover. Like there was Farah and the Prince,
Yeah.
like in this Japanese style. I'm like, this is cool as hell. So I bought it just because of that.
Fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I got that. I mean, my Spider-Man on Sega Genesis is Japanese up there.
Hell yeah.
Right? Because it was just like that game meant so much to me. And then I was like, to see it in Japanese, you're like, oh, I got to get
It just
this.
looks so fucking
Why
cool.
not?
So I got
And
that.
then what does it do? It sits up there behind a bunch of Sasha Banks stuff.
Gia was like, so what are you going to do with this? Just because our house doesn't have too much room. I'm like, I'm just going to put them in a drawer. She's like, okay, cool. It's more about the memories.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Frame them, Tim. Frame them.
And what's your earliest gaming memory that showed you they're more than just toys?
Dude,
So an answer. What's up, Kev?
how is it not when you beat the first like street on Paperboy and you get
get to
that
the bonus
like
level?
bonus level and there's like tricks and shit?
I would
and
say
you're like, what?
I still like that was a toy to me.
Oh,
the
Marble Madness had only 3 levels.
Yes, you're
Yes.
right. Marble Madness, dude. Shout out to that shit. You play that?
Marble Madness? Yeah, I've played Marble
on the
Madness.
NES. It's dope.
Not on NES, though.
But I'm actually going to give that to Onimusha. And the reason being, I didn't own Onimusha. Curran did. And it was when I met Curran. It was one of our bonding moments of like, oh shit, you play video games. I play video games. And like, this was at this point, early 7th grade. So elementary school, you're just dumb kids. Video games they are toys. They are just like things that you think are fun. You're not thinking about them any deeper than they actually are. And it was the moment when I realized I traded him Crazy Taxi on PS2. And he gave me Onimusha just until we beat it. or whatever.
Fair.
Crazy Taxi was fantastic. But it was the first time I realized, like, oh my God, people play games. Like, it's not just something that me and Kevin do. Like,
Sure.
and I know that sounds really dumb, but it was just like, oh, people play games the way people watch movies. And like people, I read about Onimusha as being this like cool, like there's a story and all this shit. And not that I hadn't played story-based games before, but like it was one of those first
Another
times
level.
where I was talking to a group of friends and they're like, you need to play Onimusha. Like the story's so good. And being able to borrow it, play it, beat it, then talk even more about it and having that like next level discussion.
Yeah.
That was the moment.
Key.
All right, Dallas Smith says, hey fellas, have any of the KF crew members played Moonlighter? I've been hyped for the Switch release, but it's now out on PS4. I was wondering if any of you have or if you're looking forward to playing it. I don't think I've heard any mention of it. I actually sent Andy the trailer on Twitter and he seemed intrigued. Love you all. Thanks for what you do.
Little known fact, Andy just has a bot that responds to Twitter messages, including him, and Instagram messages.
That the auto response just says, I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of Moonlighter.
I've never heard of it either.
Kevin!
Oh, cool, Greg.
You went to the bathroom.
Can you open up a tab and put Moonlighter PS4 trailer into it and see what we get? Ding, 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 ding. Ordered all my Ghostbusters 2 costume stuff today. Very excited.
Good.
Do you want to know something? And it's rare, I'd say, that I'm rocked these days as a Ghostbuster fan, where I notice or find out something I didn't know maybe. Went to order my patches for the Ghostbusters 2. Hey, everybody, it's Greg. I've decided to go around the bend of this ghostbusting business and make a Ghostbusters 2 black / really dark gray jumpsuit. They're all wear or whatever. Show everybody else. Cool, Greg. And all right, here I'm looking. He's walking around, shopping, doing stuff.
This looks like an
Andy
Andy-ass game.
Yeah, so far I'm not intrigued into something I want to play, but I'm not knocking. It's cute. The art style's cute and pretty. Oh, you just run the inn? Or the shop? You're just the shopkeep. Interesting.
This is an Andy game?
This is an Andy ass game if I ever
Is this
seen
a
one.
Gundam?
No, there's no Gundams yet. I mean, he could be getting him out of the Gundam box right here. Oh, then he goes on. Oh, he moonlights and he goes out on adventures. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not sold, but I'm not against it. I mean, if this is what you enjoy, go for it. I went to order. I got to order patches, right? Ghostbusters 2 patch. Got to get the new name patch or whatever. And so I haven't looked into Ghostbusters 2 patches, obviously, ever. I've only made this one Ghostbusters jumpsuit. Is perfect. Knocked out of the park. What do I need to worry about?
Yeah, you can hardly see the Adidas logo that you blacked out.
Yeah,
with
well, I did from the place I ordered the patches. I did order for the first ever gray elbow pads. So I'm actually bringing it all together.
Man.
However, I don't know how this slipped past me in terms of somebody who's watched the Ghostbusters movie so much. Ghostbusters 2, the text's different on their name badges.
Really?
It's a much more normal font, not like whatever the hell you want to call this font to be, or like your font to be. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing, though. I don't think you need to go costume accurate.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Yeah, you understand, Ghostbusters fan. That's the thing is like literally, if I show up to the in the suit I love very much, I'm laughed out of the room. My belt's the wrong color.
Where are
my
you showing
elbow
up? People
pads,
are doing this.
The Ghostbusters World shoot. I wasn't laughed out of the room, but it is very much like there's different stratas,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'm
and like
sure.
my belt right now, and granted, this and even this is gonna get me laughed at. That the fact that I'm using a Spirit Halloween ghost trap, you know what I mean? Still, I just want to look as accurate as possible.
It reaches a point, though, Greg, where you need to look at the people laughing at you and ask yourself, what side of this do you
Now,
want to be
for the
on?
record, oh hey, I'm using the Foxhound glass from Loot Crate. For the record, I've never been laughed at. And I'm sure it's just very much one of those. It's like anybody else. You only see your own insecurities. You know what I mean? I'm sure no one
So
gives.
you're going in here like they're judging me.
100%. Oh, 100%.
I
Like,
love that.
Totally. When I went to the Ghostbusters World trailer shoot and did all my stuff, and like I went in there and came out.
Fantastic commercial, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It
Oh yeah,
launched
you
while I was
haven't been
gone.
around here. Yeah.
Pretty damn cool.
Very awesome. When I went out, I went in and suited up and then came out. And the only thing I didn't pack my own proton pack, obviously, because that's just too hard to get to LA. Came out and the guy there was from the Arizona. From the LA Ghostbusters. I'm forgetting the actual name of it, but from the LA Ghostbusters. And didn't laugh at me at all. But it was that thing of walking up to him and being like, I'm not the big dick in the room here with the Ghostbusters knowledge.
He
You
has a
know
bigger
more
dick.
than me. You have a better costume than me. I'm not at all fronting. And so I just walked over and he's like, that's good. I'm like, yeah, what do you want to do? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I want to look as, he's like, oh, okay, take off the elbow pads, take off the belt, take off this, put on this, you know what I mean? It was just like totally did a mishmash of my costume with his or whatever,
Yeah,
or the
gotta
stuff he
do it
brought.
right.
Yeah, of course.
I want to pitch you on something, Greg.
I mean, listen,
My Halloween costume.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God, no.
So here's the thing.
where are you going to wear it?
Just on Instagram and Twitter. I can't
There's
wear
been a
it.
groundswell movement of doing something Wednesday night at my house.
Are we gonna do
I don't know if I can do it.
Paula wants to know.
Why? Is there a rival thing she wants to do?
No.
If we don't do it, will she do it? Cool, Greg. You down to party on a Wednesday?
Yep.
All right.
She wants to know so that we can go get our costumes. She wants to be Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh
which
my
I'm super
fucking God.
down
Just for that reason, yes, we have to do it. Are you kidding me? Gee, it's just this thing where Jen's like, I want to keep it smaller so I can cook for everybody. And I'm like, a small Halloween party? And she's like, 10 or 15 people. I'm like, that's just kind of funny. And that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird if it's just us in costumes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just eating.
Also, she says that I'm allowed to have Cool Greg as my office Jay.
Let's get it.
I like that. I like that
I
a
love
lot.
everything about this. So here's my pitch to you, Greg.
Sure.
I was at Disney World or Disney Tokyo Sea.
For the record, I just want to let you know, I love when we lean into it. Because we sat down and we're like, let's do the AMA. It's already late. We have a lot of questions to get through. Let's stay on target. And then the beers got broken out and we're fucking watching trailers and I'm talking about Ghostbusters. It's just a Game Over Greggy show.
Now it's just going.
Now it's just a Game
going.
Over Greggy
Well, here's
show.
what I love about this is I want to keep this a bit on the DL until the day that
Everybody be quiet.
it happens. Yeah. So this is the
For real. Don't do it. Don't tweet it whoever he's about to reference. Don't tweet about it. Don't Instagram
Yeah,
it.
no. This is
This is
for
Patreon
you.
only.
This
Joey,
is
tell
for
him.
you.
Joey's over there drinking wine. It's happening.
Until,
she is.
yeah, she is.
Joey, should Jen and I throw a party on Wednesday of Halloween?
We threw a party. Yeah, we threw a party.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, we should. Okay.
There's something, what else are we
I can't wear this costume to.
What is
the
your
park.
costume? Yeah,
so I was at Tokyo Disney Sea, and I'm walking around, and so the thing is, for people that don't know about Disneyland, they have very strict rules in America about cosplaying.
Okay.
You can't do it.
Oh, really? I
Because
didn't know it.
they don't
You get
want
confused?
They don't want people trying to take pictures with like randos and like they can't control it. And like they're very.
Could I dress as a Ghostbuster there? Because it's not a Disney property.
You could during the month of October they make different rules because there's the Halloween Mickey party. You have to buy a separate ticket for it. It's a whole ordeal. But in Tokyo, very different culture there, and like it's kind of supported for them to wear costumes.
Okay.
Some of the people wearing like legit mascot costumes, where I'm like they're Donald Duck.
They're
and
fucking
it's like,
furries.
It pretty much. It was
Not that
like
anything wrong with that. I'm just saying you're there and you're ready. You got that flap and
they're
you're ready.
ready.
To fuck.
They're ready. Well, it was crazy because it was like it'd
What
be like
furries do.
It'd be like Aladdin
talk,
and
too, though.
Jasmine surrounded by Aladdin and Jasmine.
Oh, I don't like that.
It was,
That's
there was a
not-
lot
now I
going
see why
on.
they don't do this.
Yeah, it was weird. But I saw a bunch of Donald Ducks, saw a couple Winnie the Poohs, and it got me thinking, Greg.
Yeah.
It got me thinking.
Oh God, hold on. I don't like where this
Do the
is
math
going
on
at
it.
all.
Do the math on
You're
it.
gonna wear a shirt and no pants?
Hell yeah.
What?
So here's what I want to do. How funny would it be if on Halloween, because you know me, I'm bah humbug, I don't like this shit anyway, so I might as well do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram.
What I want to do is, let's just say
Winnie
the
Throw it out
Pooh.
there.
Let's
Yeah,
just say
okay,
I'm Winnie
you're being Winnie the Pooh.
I just want to take a picture of me, pantsless, in a little red shirt.
gonna blur it out?
Blur it out, and just post Happy Halloween.
That's pretty great. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take that.
It's pretty fucking good. Now, here's my problem, though.
Sure.
Is I'm going between Winnie the Pooh or Donald Duck.
Winnie the Pooh.
Now, let me tell you right now, Winnie the Pooh, obvious answer. Winnie the Pooh pantsless, it's just, that is funnier to
Yeah,
me.
but everybody calls it Donald Duck in it.
But, huh?
Everybody calls it Donald Duck in it.
Oh, they do.
You're Donald
wasn't
Duck in
even-
it.
What I was saying, though, is the problem is if I'm Winnie the Pooh, then I'm just wearing a red shirt. Like,
Well, doesn't it say Pooh or no? Does it not say
so
Pooh?
that's the knockoff cheap bullshit version. So that's my thing is I could do that. I could just get a red shirt that says Pooh, and like people will get it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can even get a honey pot or something just to like really make it clear.
Please put your dick in the honey
I can
pot.
have Cool Greg as Piglet. There's a lot of options here.
It does not say poo.
I was just gonna.
But the thing about Donald Duck.
Thank you, cool.
The
Kevin.
The thing about Donald Duck
Yeah.
is it's a little bit more. There's more. What was the word I used?
fanfare?
Ornate. Because he
But
has.
here's the thing. Hold on.
he has
Before
the shirt and he has the little hat.
here's what I want you to know. This is very much, and I'm not looking at the screen right now. This is very much a draw Kirby, draw whatever. Winnie the Pooh, I want to be able to draw well, but the color eyes, he's yellow and he's got the red shirt. Nailed it. Donald the Duck is when I am like, he's got a sailor hat similar to Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
So it's white and then a blue dot and a blue thing coming off of it, and then he's wearing a sailor top, which it's
all blue.
It's a blue. No. See,
Yeah,
no,
you're
that's not
wrong.
what I would have
Yeah,
envisioned.
you're wrong.
I would have envisioned. I would say, and I know I'm splitting hairs here, Winnie the Pooh more iconic in terms of, oh, he's pantsless and wearing a red shirt. I get it.
Yes.
And especially, I think if you have the honey pot, you drive it home.
Tim, if-
you kidnap a kid named Christopher.
Nope, too far. Too
Sorry,
far.
what-
We
is
can't
that
make
not
those
what Winnie
jokes
the Pooh
anymore.
did?
Tim,
That's definitely what he
if you've got the jar covering your dick, I think you got it. Especially because the jar
thing is,
has honey
you
written on
need
it.
full blur, dude. Like, you need to sell this thing. Like, people need to understand.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
I am pantsless. And the best thing is, MeUndies just sent me my October undies.
Yeah.
They're the Halloween version, and they're like skin colored.
When you walked in, I was like, Tim, for fuck's sakes, pull up your pants. I can see your ass
Oh,
cheeks.
wow. That does look like your skin.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's gonna blur so well.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So,
or
I
you
don't
can just
know.
man up and like fucking take the nude. And then
No,
patreon.com /
I'm
kind
down.
of funny
Oh, I'm down,
fan
totally down.
mail.
My problem is, like, here's my. I gotta
It's
make
just
sure.
fucking Tim's dick.
Like, that's the thing is, this is going out like to the world. So I need to make sure that it's like PG, not even 13, just PG.
Okay.
If someone's naked with a blur, that's PG, right?
Yeah.
No, dude.
The Sims do it.
PG-13.
I don't
What
know.
is the
You have to
Sims?
have
But tell me this isn't brilliant.
Oh, no, it's awesome. I love it.
We gotta
I
do it,
imagine
dude.
someone's done it before, but everybody's done everything before.
So I tried looking. I didn't see anybody.
well, fuck. Now,
Now-
for real, Patreon, don't fuck us on this.
Don't fuck us on this. But here's the thing.
Jack Conti watching this, ready to fucking ruin this
I
and steal it.
spent way too long Googling pantsless Pooh Halloween.
Oh, Jesus
Pooh no
Christ,
pants
that can't
Halloween.
come up good.
Triple X Pooh like literally, I haven't seen anybody do it, and I'm not. I don't need to be first. As long as I'm like top 100, I'll be fine. But like, I want to do this. You're selling me on the Pooh. Out of my whole group, I was like, I gotta do Pooh, and everyone's like, you gotta do Donald. It's more.
Get those ears like that too.
Oh fuck, you're right. The ears.
Wait, who is that? Is that yeah, her Engine?
yeah,
Yep, Engine Knight. I follow her on Instagram. Good cosplay. That
right.
could be you. You're already fucking verified on Instagram. Why didn't you get 1 million cosplay followers too?
So what I'm gonna do is, oh my god, that guy's so sad looking.
The
Left,
dead Winnie the Pooh
left,
there with the
left.
stars.
Left, yeah.
Why is his face
He's dead. That's a dead poo.
I don't like that at
Really
all.
sad.
But yeah, that's the kind of shirt you need.
Also, the outfit itself is horrifying. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on there in the grundle area? You
So
know?
wait, hold on. What do you guys think though? Red T-shirt.
Yep.
I'll get some ears.
I think even that's too much.
You think?
I think the red T-shirt.
I think the ears
honey
sells
pot,
it.
Here's the honey.
fucking
I think
dick.
that the ears are important, and it really helps you have blonde hair.
I fucking hate
It's true.
you.
That does help.
The
Again,
honey
your hair
pot
is
might be
very
hard.
blonde.
All right.
No, you can totally find like a.
The honey pot, yeah, we can just go to Home Depot and buy a tear, and then just paint it a little bit, just a little bit of painting.
What are we
Have cool
painting?
gray- the terracotta.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what terracotta
He
is.
wants to
I'm just
DIY
gonna go to
everything.
Amazon.
Yeah. No, you can get like a stuffed honey pot that looks like the Winnie the Pooh one. I guarantee off of Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Oh, I didn't even think about
Did
that.
the Ewan McGregor movie come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good?
So
No, people thought it was really depressing.
it's a mixed bag. People either fucking love it or hate it. It really is a big mix. But my thing is, I can't imagine hating this movie. I still haven't seen it, and no freaking airline is playing it, which really makes me
Oh,
upset.
so you've come around to my
I've
side
just
of the
been-
equation.
hell
The
no.
only way to watch movies is on the
No.
back of a plane seat.
I
Thank
just
you
am
very
traveling-
much. This has been a fun Patreon stream. Goodbye.
I've been traveling way too much, and
right, Kev, thanks for
Christopher
coming.
Robin came out the week that MoviePass shit the bed, so I had no options. I wasn't gonna pay for it.
God, that was such a hard week.
All right, where are we at? J. Jazz Vega.
Jesus, Jazz, right in. Wait, with Jay Yaz? What'd you say, Jazz? Is
Jazz
his name
Vega.
Jazz? Anyways, Jazz, write a fucking novel.
Hey, KF crew. Apologies for my long ass question last month. Here's my long ass question this month. I was new to your content at
I
Patreon.
applaud you, Jazz. You fucking paid the money. Get us to punch the ticket.
I was not sure in what medium the questions were addressed. Also, Greg, I apologize. I meant no offense to you or Andrea in my comment. I love that we do these without reading the comments beforehand.
I was gonna
and
say, real
also
quick,
have
real quick.
no frame of reference.
If
from
you've
what
done
we
the
did
show
last-
before, we do like to do them off the cuff, so we don't read them before. That's fine. But when you're referencing something from the last AMA, it would be great if you were like, hey guys, I'm the one who said Andrea and Greg should be fused at the hip and they should go be a fucking griffin. Like, that would make more sense and I would understand what's going on.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's just something I've been kicking around.
In my comments, saying you guys were defending Sony's business practice
okay.
stance on cross progression in
You did.
play. Again, as I was new to your content, I hadn't seen your strong stance on the cross progression stuff as of yet. However, in regards to crossplay, I still think that Sony can't deliver a message that they're for the players and be the only company to not get involved.
Well, fuck you! They did it. They're involved in the
They're
time.
involved, they did it.
Has it really been a month?
Yeah, man.
Jesus,
time
what a
passes.
month that and
Yeah,
PSN
man.
name changes.
My question for this month is in regards to Microsoft's acquisition of Ninja Theory and forming of new quadruple A studios, the Initiative. Did I misread that?
No. That's
What
true.
kind of game would you guys like to see from both these studios in order to win favor back to the Microsoft platform?
Thanks for all you cheers from down under.
Oh, the Initiative's the name of the... Yes.
Yeah, the
okay.
new studio. Yeah.
Got
The Santa Monica one.
Yep. Why
P.S.
the
Tim
fuck
said
is
last
Mike
month.
Aransky calling me.
Answer.
Hold on, this might
answer,
be important.
Answer on the phone. Answer on the mic. Tell him we're dressed as Ghostbusters. He's gonna flip out. Tell him.
Tell him!
God, he looks like a fucking giant man baby in a onesie. It's disgusting. I look good in it, but he's got
I
it
hate
rolled
that
up to
he's
his
rolled
knees.
up his
It's gross.
knees. It's so
P.S.
high.
Tim said last month he would be interested to hear back from me regarding my question. For future reference, where is the best place to respond? We would say these like we were talking about and then tell us what you was from last time.
Then he has to pay another...
PSSS, Kevin's background commentary is my favorite part of Kinda Funny Games Daily and deserves a shout out for all he does. Hashtag true Kinda Funny champ. Also, someone please explain the chicken reference.
Thank you very much.
We used to do a show called
We still do the morning show.
I'm Getting There Ass Wipe.
Okay, hey, he loves my comments, so fuck you.
I hate you.
You're in the minority.
This is in the show. This is in the show. Oh, hey, look at that. Thanks, everybody.
It's
When we started calling Greg Live, we did a whole bunch of different internet bits to introduce the
still
show.
do them.
We still do them. I'm getting there, Kevin. Come over here. Do you need a hug?
No.
You need some head
I
rubs?
wanna go home.
You want some fucking head rubs?
I hate this!
Strap in. You're not going anywhere, motherfucker. We do them on the morning show still, and there's one that goes up about there used to be an old Purdue slogan that I don't remember called "It takes a tough man to make a tender chicken," and then that became a whole thing of like people making fun of it, fuck that chicken, yada yada yada. So on this morning show or daily news show clip, the weatherman gives the forecast, and the guy goes, "It takes a tough man to make a tender forecast," and the weatherman goes, "Keep fucking that chicken," and no one reacts. They just move to the next story, and it goes on. So we open still the Kinda Funny morning show. Available on youtube.com/kindafunny
We actually
and
haven't used it in a while.
twitch.tv/kindafunny games. Quite a bit. Use it fucking tomorrow, Kevin.
I'm just kidding.
Use it
I'm just
fucking
fucking
tomorrow.
around there. I just
Fucking
you're on
use it
edge,
tomorrow,
you know?
Kevin.
Like you're tired.
Use
I
it
can
fucking
see
tomorrow,
it.
Kevin. And so that's what it is, and it's become a whole thing. What do I want to see from Ninja Theory and the Initiative? Ninja Theory, whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? Come on now. Hellblade's great. Obviously, Heavenly Sword was great. Underplayed. Enslaved was great. What do you got to say? What's the story you need to say? Yeah.
Really?
It was great in the way. Here's a great launch-esque game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That window where you're like, I don't expect anything to be fully cooked, and especially for a generation ago. Yeah,
Because like
Noriko, right?
Enslaved, fantastic.
Yeah,
Fucking love that
and
game.
I liked Heavenly Sword, which I didn't play all the way through, but Enslaved I didn't play all the way through. I liked it more than Enslaved.
Really?
Yeah, Enslaved didn't click for me for some reason.
See, maybe because I was such a big DMC guy
Yeah.
that playing Heavenly Sword, I was like, this just isn't right. Like there was something about it. I'm like,
That
this-
was the biggest thing too, is that they were positioned as the female God of War,
Yeah.
and it wasn't God of War.
Exactly.
And that was the thing. I'm just saying that I would love to see Sony get back, and I know that, well, now definitely not. But I would have loved to have seen Sony get back to them and be like, hey, let's do a real one. That could have been a big thing. People loved
Yeah.
the character. They loved
Totally.
the idea that she was fighting and dying while she fought. It was like, that's cool. And it's the same thing for, honestly, the Initiative. Like, you're bringing together all these great, talented people, and the whole point of bringing together talented people is to say, hey, what fucking cool thing do you want to make? Sit down and make it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What did Mike Aransky want?
Good stuff. Very good stuff.
Did you tell him you're dressed as a Ghostbuster?
I did. He was very excited
course he
about
is.
it. I
Too bad he's a
feel-
fucking team fat quitter. Am I right? I've had a beer. I'll tell you what I think of Mike Aransky. All right. Remember the
losing so
time?
much weight.
Remember the time he got that fucking headache from his hat?
Turns out, wasn't the hat he was dying.
I know he was dying, but it's
Ninja
funnier
Theory,
than he gets a hat.
I want more like Hellblade type things. I want small narrative pieces that stand out from the rest of the industry because I feel like they do think what, Kev?
No, that's definitely not related to us.
Because I feel like they're the only ones that are kind of that have filled that type of like, oh shit, this game kind of looks and feels AAA, but it's small.
Yep.
You know, I want more of that, and
that's honestly, and I don't stick with me. You know, I am an Xbox fanboy. I keep saying, and I've said that on a million different shows of like, they're the one team I pull for, and I want to see do well and everything else.
I thought you were joking.
I do worry that maybe with the support and resources of Xbox, do they keep that vision? Do they stay small and scrappy and they're making something no one expects? You know what I mean?
I hope
or does it
they,
get pulled
I hope they
takeaway?
stay small and scrappy so they can kind of put things down on a more like consistent basis. I hope the initiative is fuck it. We are doing a single player story based game that is going to blow your minds.
And
in
that's
the,
the thing,
that,
right? The Initiative, and I know this is such a weird mix up, and I'm not trying to put it on them, is in Santa Monica. I want them to be the Sony Santa Monica studio.
Absolutely.
I want them to be the Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
I want them to be, hey, we are, come out, here's our game. Guess what, motherfuckers? We are the premier Xbox exclusive first party studio.
Yep.
We are the fuckers that are making the shit that, like, I want them to have a Naughty Dog moment that they did with Uncharted 2. I want them to have the God of War moment Santa Monica has. I want them to have
Totally.
the fucking Horizon moment.
I want in 5 years at some conference for the initiative to come up on screen and that be enough to make people lose their fucking minds.
Followed by Blade. And it's like, holy shit, they're making a Blade game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blade game could be cool.
A
Wesley
Blade game
Snipes.
could be cool.
I don't know if you guys know this. People like vampires.
And Wesley Snipes.
And they like Wesley Snipes. I'm not saying it had to be Wesley Snipes, but it would be helpful
He's
if it was.
still alive.
I didn't say he was dead.
Did you read the rest of this?
The PPSs and all that? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Add some Gettys.
Oh, I told him to just do what we just talked about.
Oh, that's
just explain yourself a little bit.
Jason Bond says, "Hey, Gamescast crew, why is everyone sleeping on the Messenger? This is arguably the best game I played all year, and dare I say, one of my favorite games of all time."
Bro, have you played Odyssey?
Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Jason, obviously your question 4 weeks old as we do these this way. I'd like to imagine that Jared's championing of Messenger recently, and then more Steve from Nintendo Everything, right, Kevin?
Yep.
I always confuse it between Nintendo Everything and Nintendo Life. Can you give me
I'll check it out.
Steve Bowling. He came on and just talked everybody's ear off about the Messenger in a good way, in the way he should do it.
Messenger's been one of the games that I've been slow cooking on all my travels,
Sure.
and I'm now, I want to say like 30 something hours in. Like,
And spoiler
there's
alert,
a
my wife is brand management on the game.
ton of stuff in the game. I hit the point where like the game flips. Like there's a lot of stuff going
and that's
on.
my thing is I feel
Nintendo
like
Life.
Nintendo Life, thank you. What I was talking to Steve about and Jared about, and they talk about, and even you, I feel it's so hard in 2018, maybe, or 2018, 2019, maybe whenever, you know, maybe it's always been this hard, but to pitch your game one way and then be like, but wink, wink. I said wink, wink, but I shut my eye real good. I've been drinking. But wink, wink, it changes. It becomes something else, right? And I've heard so many people be like, dude, you got to play the Messenger. I'm like, I played a little bit of it. I get it. Like, no. And I'm like, I know this. And this is a while ago. I know the 16-bit thing. Like, no. Like, there's a story beat in that game where the game suddenly goes totally like, whoop, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, wow, that sounds cool, but I don't know. And it's like that. How many people looked at it like, oh man, a Ninja Gaiden. Oh, it goes 16-bit. Cool. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to play that. That's a cool idea. But then to be like, oh, no, it really is this.
Is the surprise a big deal?
Yeah, definitely. So here's my thing. And I feel like I might be alone in this.
Okay.
I mean, you're not. You're here with us.
I respect you, man.
I respect you, Cool Greg.
This
Cool
might
Greg,
be an...
shut the fuck up. Cool Greg, what is your shirt? Because it's got the spider symbol on it. But come show it. What?
Stop, bro.
Is this Strong Style?
No, I don't think so. I think it's Loot Crate. Right?
It came from Loot Crate.
This is Loot Crate. Spider-Man. Oh, wait, hold on. Dude, turn around. So it's S. Oh, there's no audio listeners. It's Spider-Man. Fucking
Venom.
Fucking Spider-Man. Fucking Spider-Man.
I thought that was a V. I don't know. This might be unpopular when it comes to Messenger, but I don't know. I haven't read too much about people's thoughts on it past the initial like reviews and stuff. But I hit that point. I hit the moment, and story-wise, it's fucking awesome. And I feel like we've hit a turning point this year in 2018 with 2D platformers having stories with Celeste and now this, where I'm like, wow, I expect that now from these type of games. Like Mario, I don't think we'll ever get that. But
even Celeste, right? I guess I played a lot of hours this last, but I feel like that kicker came early.
Oh yeah,
of like, whoa, this isn't about just climbing the mountain.
But the thing with Messenger is it's a slow build that I feel it's not like, oh, once that happens, then the game matters. The entire game matters.
Sure, oh yeah.
So it's like, and it's so, like the story and characters are so funny and well written that like
that shopkeeper.
The shopkeeper is great, and the shopkeeper comes into play a lot in a way that's very cool and interesting. Like very, very cool and interesting. To answer someone earlier's question, Kevin.
Yeah, what's
can you scroll up?
Yeah.
The questions.
Sorry.
More.
Kevin has
towards
many hats
the top.
Here. Going and going.
Let's see. A little more down.
What's Gibson Dim's name?
Demetrius New.
Oh, Demetrius New.
Peyton Stone. To answer your question, I say The Messenger is a great story twist.
Wow, okay.
That I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that, and it's fucking awesome. Wait.
It turns out he's not the messenger. He's the receiver.
Yeah, it was Peyton Stone. No, it was a fantastic twist, but gameplay-wise, I don't like the game anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened? Or can you say?
Well, I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil it for people.
Becomes
but
a fucking endless runner.
Once the game, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to say anything, but like, I'm not feeling it right now.
Oh,
and like,
okay. You said you're 30 hours in?
Something like that. I don't know about the timer though. I don't know about the timer.
That can't be right. I thought the game was short.
I might have fallen asleep on planes. I'm not really sure. I totally could.
Do you want to know something? A little Greg Miller factoid.
Yeah.
As you know, I love Octopath Traveler. I'm excited to get back to it. There'd be times where I'd be on the plane playing as I do. And I like the soundtrack so much that I would make a save file, then sit there with the Switch open in my lap. When I'd come back awake, turn it off, you know, delete and then reload the save. So I didn't fuck up my game clock, but I got to listen to the fucking soundtrack.
I love you. Thinking ahead. I don't care so much about the game clock.
Oh, I can't. Dude, I can't fucking stand that shit.
There
Even
must be something going on.
If I'm popping out to do something.
I can't imagine that I played 30 hours.
I can't either.
But
because you don't play games. Period.
So yeah, I don't know, but the Messenger is really damn good, and I'm hoping that like it'll hit another point that I'm like, all right, I'm back in, but we'll see.
It's interesting that you work because like there's so many things where I just can't do that. I can't be back in like that. You know what I mean? Like I can't worry about this. Somebody hit me up on Twitter recently of like, hey, yeah, I know you. Did you ever end up beating Valkyria Chronicles, right? And like, cause it was my London game. Yeah. And I played I played the 12 hours I talked about, right? From the airport and the delay all the way home. One straight thing, blah, blah, blah. And I love Valkyria Chronicles 4. Don't get me wrong. I love that game. But I landed and put it down, and it's been down now for a couple weeks since we've been back. And there's so much stuff to play now on PlayStation, along with, of course, Ghostbusters 4. And he asked that question. I was like, huh. Like, it's interesting because I am jonesing for a flight which is me and Nick going to EGLX here in a couple weeks, jonesing for a flight to pick up the Switch again, and all I can think about is Octopath.
Yeah.
Like I'm going back, and I guess that's just a hot cold thing. 2 very long games. I think that's the other thing is like I felt like, man, I'm doing really good, and I knew what the review embargo was. Even at review embargo, they're like, please don't talk past chapter 8 or whatever, chapter 9. And so I obviously sailed past that, and I was like, man, I must be close to the end. I looked at like a wiki walkthrough, and I'm like, wow, there's like another 9 chapters or whatever it is from where I am. And I'm like that. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm not that compelled. Like Octopath, I'm compelled to get back to this for the story. Valkyria's been great gameplay, and I do feel like I'm sleeping on other Switch games because I was so into that, which is fine. But I want to beat Octopath, and then I probably want to move on to something else.
My thing with Messenger, and I feel like this is the most important takeaway.
Here we go. Everybody's the key takeaway. Kevin, put up the key takeaway graphic. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Despite me saying like, oh, I don't like it anymore, I trust this game so much.
Yeah.
Because it is proven to me multiple times that the moment I'm starting to not like something, there's something coming soon that's going to make me be like, oh, and it's going to make a lot of sense.
This is why you keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that this switch up they did, I was like, I've played games recently that do this really well, and I'm not liking it yet. But I trust them, and I feel like I need to get just a little farther for it to be like, to have that moment. Because like there was so much love put into the game, and you can just tell that there's just a pure passion for video games by the people that made this.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is such a refreshing thing, and like that sounds weird because we've gotten such great video games in recent years, but like this reminds me of Shovel Knight more than it reminds me of Ninja Gaiden. It's not
100%.
But it's not just like, oh, here's a retro game, like it's in the style of this. It's like, no, this is a game that is made by people that understand what made those old games good. I mean, but it's better.
It's that thing. It's the thing for me with Messenger. As somebody who honestly it's just I don't have an affinity for those games. I don't miss those games. It's similar to Shovel Knight. I look at that game. I play that game for a while, and I'm like, I totally get why people love this. And that yes, it's a amazing game. It's incredible. It's just not a great game. That's not what I grew up on caring about. And if games were still that, I wouldn't play games. However, that said, it's interesting. Keeping in mind, of course, like I just said, my wife brand management on this game. It's a game studio called Sabotage that's headed up by this who's the one of the dudes in charge of the studio is named Martin. I've known Martin my entire career. He worked at Freema, which is of course where my wife worked, but I didn't know that at the time. And they put out all sorts of Zombie Tycoon and all sorts of minis. And I talked to him. He made Chariot, like you know what I mean. Like I've always, oh my god, like I like these games. I enjoy these games. I cheer for you, kind of thing. And he's always been awesome and remembered me. And and I'm talking about like remember me when I'm a fucking nobody, right? Like he's one of those guys, like a true fucking. I love this kind of shit. So when Sabotage gets founded, they're working on the Messenger. Jen starts working with them, and then I meet the team, right? And I meet Terry, the guy who wrote this game, and the guy who's all about it. Like, Terry is like exactly what you're talking about, right? Terry, the Messenger he wrote the entire fucking thing. It's his brainchild. He's done all this shit, and like his whole thing, and he said this in a million interviews. I'm sure if you've seen anything from them before, he's talked about it. But he wants this to make you, whoever's playing it, feel like you used to when you sat on the ground, knees in front of your face with your t-shirt over your knees playing a NES game, right? And have that experience and have that. And like that's why it's so powerful to see so many people having that. And again, I talk about the twist or whatever that's awesome. I don't know it. I do intend because I feel like I owe it to not my wife, but to Terry, right? Of like this guy who I've met through this game and Sabotage and Martin of, fuck, dude, like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, you're in one of those developers you meet and you're like, you are in this for the right reasons. I owe it to you to play this game and beat this game.
And it shows, man. It shows in very specific moments. Like, I would say that this game has, from what I've experienced so far, at least 6 times. Like, there's 6 moments in the game that I'm like, damn. Like, this is why I love video games.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's... Dude, yeah, like in a way that like Celeste, for as much as I love it, and honestly, I do feel personally that so far Celeste is a better game.
And for the record, you're in the majority. Every time I talk to people about this, they're like, oh, well, I'm like it's
Terry
on my short list. No, again, he's an outlier. The majority of people I talk to are like, well, and I'm like, what about like versus Celeste? If you, Celeste better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the majority of what I hear when I talk to people about this game.
Yeah, I feel like Celeste it's more story based. Things that are like, oh shit.
Sorry, that's my ride.
Whereas this, like, there are just every couple hours you play, something happens that you're like, damn. Like, it's so meta in a way that doesn't feel pretentious.
Ham-fisted and like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, you're in on the joke, aren't you? We're playing a video game.
It's great. I don't know. I'm very excited to play more, and I hope and I expect that I'm going to be wrong about how I feel right now about the section I'm at. And I don't think it'll be too long till that comes true.
Okay.
So we'll see. Dallas Smith says, what's your go-to suit in Spider-Man PS4? Go-to suit power. I went basic, dude. My
White
suit,
Spider?
White Spider-Man.
You're an idiot.
Like, it felt canon to me. It felt right. For this
I hear
Spider-Man.
you and I feel that and I get that, but as soon as I could, I got out of it and went back to classic Spidey.
I didn't like how the classic Spidey suit looked in this game.
I loved how classic Spidey looked in this game.
$20.99 white suit.
Good suit. No, that's a really good suit. You know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm wrong on this one. $20.99 white suit appears in the comics, right?
Yeah.
I mean, does it?
Nanotech, bro. We were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about, but I wasn't sure if it's the exact same one.
Because $20.99 is not white.
I'm fair. Yeah, of course.
It's his second suit in $20.99.
Gotcha.
I'm 90% sure. Friend of the show,
99% sure.
Chris Anka designed that suit for the game. And I might have been based on what already happened or whatever, but I know he designed a suit for the game. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. What's your power? You talked about
Whatever. I played
web
base
power.
pretty much for everything.
You're a fucking
Yeah,
weirdo. I went classic suit for the most part, and I did Web Blossom. Anytime I switched over, I was like back to Web Blossom. It's just too powerful. I'm in a group of guys that are fucking me up. I jump up.
Bah.
At least
Yeah.
3 of them are tied down, and then the rest are webbed, and I get to fuck with them.
Yeah.
I chose the guitar. You know what I'm talking
Really?
about?
You went with the Spider-Punk one?
Yeah, because actually for most of the game I played Spider-Punk too.
I felt like that.
I really liked it. But like when he blasts that, yeah, it would push people off buildings and really beat them up.
Chris Anka?
Yeah.
Of course.
I felt like that was such a ridiculous power. I couldn't stand by
Really?
it. Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
I didn't
it.
hate it, but it was just like I was very basic in terms of I wanted to be normal ass Spidey. You know.
Hello.
Chris, it's Greg Miller. You are on the patreon.com/kindafunnygames, Gamescast, AMA. It is not live. How are you?
What's going on?
Nothing.
I'm actually playing Spider-Man right now.
Oh, great. That's what
Perfect.
we're calling to ask you about. What suit did you design for that game?
It's the white and red future 2099 Spider-Man suit.
Nice.
So, had that suit ever existed before, or did you invent it?
There's a version of it. It's like all blue with like a red skull on it. That's the original 2099 version.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In the 90s. And then they asked me to update that costume when like the character went to like present day. They wanted a new outfit, so I did that outfit for him a few years ago, and then they put it in the game.
Oh, that's great, because we were having like, no, we know it existed, but I saw Chris talk about making it for the game. You made the original, and now that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, and then they updated it and added their own little flair to it.
Do you ever think about how cool you are that you just make fucking Spider-Man suits and they're in games and stuff?
It's kind of like every so often. Like I was thinking about like 5 minutes ago. I was like, when you I'm like, this is pretty cool.
You're a cool dude.
Yeah, it's here.
I know I owe you an email. I will get to you hopefully tomorrow. Andrea's coming in to host a show, so I can answer email.
No rush.
All right, I love you. Bye.
Cool. I see it.
Didn't say I love you back. What a fucking prick.
Why would you do
Oh,
that?
my
Why do you- I don't
ectosphere
like-
conversion is completed in Ghostbusters World.
Jesus
And you
Christ.
might say, Greg, man, you're going to be so far ahead in Ghostbusters World. They aren't even carrying over the progress, but I can't stop playing. They didn't pay me to say that.
I did a Tim-ass thing
Here we go.
during
Here we
my
go.
flights.
Here we go.
Where it's like I had so many comics to read that I wasn't caught up on. I did catch up on Walking Dead, and I'm fucking in.
Nice.
But I was like, you know what? I'm going to reread Spider-Verse. What a
Oh, okay.
fucking comic, man. You just need to read it.
I never read it, yeah.
You need to. You
I
need
gotta
to
start with
get the
Spider-Geddon.
reading. Get the reading order and
Okay.
and just get all the key ones you need and just fucking go through.
Okay.
Do it before Spider-Verse. Do yourself the
Spider-Geddon?
What?
Is that what you mean? Do it before Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it!
Final question comes from George Barrett. What would you all prefer from Insomniac next? A Spider-Man 2 or an Iron Man game? P.S. Really enjoyed meeting Greg, Tim, and Andy in London. Please come back soon. I love that Andy went.
Me
You know?
too.
I
Because
forget
he's
that
such
every
an
once in a
idiot and we
while.
hate him.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Kevin, they wanted the popular people. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You're Kevin.
Thanks.
Hey, do you want to be in the character or not be in the character? I don't know.
I feel like this
Spider-Man
is
2!
an obvious answer. It's Spider-Man 2. They know what they're doing. They know Spider-Man. They've proven they've known Spider-Man. So, like, why?
I'm going to say
why
we're
try
all
to fuck
thinking,
it up?
give Iron Man back to Sega. Because those games, they had a lot of fucking shooting tank. They were terrible. They weren't terrible. They weren't terrible.
Weren't terrible.
They weren't.
I never played it. But I remember seeing the trailer and oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah. But I mean, it was just like it had the kernel of a great idea. Oh, that's a better way to say it. I keep saying nut of a great idea, which I've heard used in school and everything else, and obviously means you're a nut, like a seed. But it's like it also means to fucking bust a nut. So like that's bad.
Jesus Christ.
We're talking about Iron Man.
Come.
I don't think I've heard nut of an idea.
Well, you know what?
I'm just saying.
Semen, ejaculate.
Can someone tell me that they have aside
Anyways.
from you? Nut of an idea. Have you heard
flying around, you're fighting tanks, you're blowing up shit, you're using. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it was fine, but it was just like boring as shit.
Was that all you did? Because that's all I saw.
Oh, that's all you did. Yeah.
Okay. It reminds me of the Transformers game that came out on PS3, I guess, even. Not the War for Cybertron games. Those were fucking fantastic. God, I want those.
God, it's 7 o'clock at night.
Shit. All right. I love you guys. Next month, we'll return to answer more of your
Will we be in Ghostbuster
questions.
outfits?
Probably not. But you know what?
I love the idea of doing it in the Ghostbuster outfit. I also love the idea of, and I've talked about this before, getting the Kind of Funny blue outfits, Kind of Funny logo on the sleeves, and just doing Kind of Funny jumpsuits for something stupid.
Pretty good. I like that a lot. Next time you see us, Halloween will have passed. I need you to do me a favor and please like and retweet the picture of me as either Winnie the Pooh or Donald Duck, pantsless.
Do Winnie the Pooh. Dude.
I'm doing Pooh, dude. I'm fucking
smells
doing
like
Pooh.
it too.
And next year, just do.
Just keep doing it every year.
But make the pixels smaller and smaller and smaller.
That's
that dick's out there.
I love you.
What the fuck was this? What was this?
What?
You have a peace sign?
I do that.
Right.
True story. I usually throw up a peace sign for when I see my Uber or Lyft coming. I'll do like this kind of thing. And so I did one of these the other day and got in. And the guy's like, "You're not British, are you?" And he was British, but that's a bad British name. I'm like, "Oh, hey, governor, you're not British, are you?" And I'm like, "No, why?" And he's like, "This means fuck you." I'm like, "Dude, just drive me to fucking where I want to go.
Just fucking drive me.
Just fucking take me where you
God
want to go."
damn it, dude. You know how much I missed Uber in other countries?
I'm sure a lot.
They don't have it in other countries?
Not Uber.
Not in Indonesia.
Wait, really?